Sappers are trying to clear the Kyiv region of mines left everywhere by the occupiers. The Russians have been here for almost a month and a half, so demining work will have to take weeks, if not months. First, administrative buildings will be cleared of mines. Later, sappers will start inspecting people's homes. The pyrotechnic service of the capital is not big, 100 people, and there are a lot of applications from residents.
At 9 o'clock in the morning, we leave to the village of Bervytsia. We pass blown-up bridges and broken vehicles. Fierce fighting here began just before mid-March. The occupiers completely fled on April the 1st. Along the way, they've lost their loot, boots, pants, and other things.
This is their sleeping bag.
However, most findings are more dangerous. Almost entire Bervytsia district was flooded with destroyed enemy vehicles. If you can get closer to Kyiv region, it becomes more. Experts say it is still deadly. It will take weeks to disassemble this field of miracles. There are hundreds of sappers in the region, and there are much more applications. People call on 101, 102 emergency numbers and also address to heads of communities. They transmit information to the State Emergency Service of Ukraine.
The occupiers were very fond of mine laying in apartments, rooms where people lived who were captured. They left such gifts in the apartments.
Specialists work close to the house where Paskarovu in Bervytsia, her daughter and neighbour, have been hiding all these weeks. This basement saved their lives.
Here is a mattress, blankets. Here Tonya is sitting.
The yard turned into a continuous wound due to the fighting.
This is the only window that has survived. The rest of the ones have cracked, and one cat burned.
An elderly woman has as many as 9 cats. She picked up everyone who had been left by summer residents. Before the war, Bervytsia did not run away from the village because of the cats.
Don't be afraid, Fluffy, don't be afraid.
Now Bervytsia needs to plant garden, but there is a lot of military waste.
War is war, but lunch has to be on time.
The pensioner consulted with specialists and gradually became a sapper.
I collect as it is necessary to plough. Such bullets are already empty. They've been shot.
Her friend calls Bervytsia desperate. Antonina has literally kicked out of the house by the occupiers. They installed military equipment in the yard and treated the wounded in the club opposite.
They said, "You better get out of here." We had 35 units of equipment there. Armoured personnel carriers stood there. You could open the window and touch it with your hand.
It is a miracle that none of the civilians were killed, although a couple of days before the retreat, the Russians were ordered to destroy civilian Ukrainians.
They were different. Some are better, others are bad. One day there came here real beasts. They lined up people and clicked the shutters. They were drunk.
Retreating, the invaders ruthlessly looted.
They took away the baking powder. It was even funny. They took a set of forks and spoons. I now use disposables. The house has been stinking for a month.
While we were walking through the mutilated village, rescuers collected part of the explosives and took it to their truck to dispose.
There are anti-tank mines, artillery ammunition, unexploded anti-tank and other grenades.
The whole process from digging the pit to the moment of the explosion took 4 hours. And this is only a small part of the explosive legacy left to us by the Russian occupiers from Bervytsia district.